My name is Ada HD, the Storytime Drag Queen, founder of Drag Queen Story Hour UK. Today, I will be reading you a story about celebration, acceptance and pride. So let's sit back and enjoy this fabulous story. So, brought to you by Queer Lit, an award-winning independent queer bookshop right here in Manchester. Today we are reading 'Twas the Night Before Pride. And so, here we go. 'Twas the night before Pride, a warm evening in June. All the people got ready with the rise of the moon. The drag queens all brushed their wigs with great care, and the bikers checked their tyres to make sure they had air. All across the city, people's outfits were planned and instruments polished with a queer marching band. My mum told us all we should go to bed early. She's that kind of mum who's more boyish than girly. While Mama finished packing our snacks in a bag, Sammy started chewing on the edge of our flag. Ooh, ooh. As I finished my sign, which I laid on the floor, I remembered the prides I'd been to before. All day we will walk in the streets, up and down. Pride's one of the best celebrations around. There are floats and loud music and rainbows and glitter. Last year we ran into our babysitter. Ooh. Tomorrow will be Sammy's first Pride. Can we tell the whole story? I hopefully cried. So we sat on the sofa, a mum on each side, and took turns telling the tale of our very first Pride. A long time ago in 1969, there wasn't a Pride March. It was a far less fair time. Queer people all over of each shape and size didn't have any rights recognised. So much of their lives they had to keep hidden. Even their clothing was sometimes forbidden. Stonewall was a place where it was safe to be proud. But police would storm in and say, this wasn't allowed. So one hot night in June, people stopped being quiet. They decided to fight and started a riot. More and more gathered to fight back in the heat. Some started to kick line in the middle of the street. Police broke up the crowd night after night, but people stood strong knowing this wasn't right. And so it began, a march that spread worldwide to show everyone it's good to have pride. It sometimes happens we're not given respect. It can take a long time for some to accept. That's why every year we all get together and march in the streets, no matter the weather, to know that we matter, to show all we exist, and that any oppression we must always resist. So Pride's not just about tutus and rainbow suspenders. It's about rights for queers and all of our beautiful genders. Pride's a day that is crowded. It's a day that is long. It's a day that means together we are strong. As I closed my eyes, I thought of Pride's past. Pride means to me, being yourself is a blast. So, tomorrow we will march with our family and cheer. Happy Pride to all! It's great our family are here. Oh, the end! What a fabulous story! Now, before I go, I want us to have a little think about LGBTQ history. We must all do our best to stand strong and united against the bullies of this world, whether they be in the playground or in Parliament. Okay, fact time. Did you know that in 1989, a law was created called Section 28? It made it illegal to mention LGBTQ in schools. It was not really that great. Yes, by the way, that is true. I'm not making up noodles. I'm serious. Grab your phone and give it to Google. Imagine it. I want you to think how this may have hurt the children in that generation and how it may have affected many others within the LGBTQ nation. Now, back then, there was a fabulous LGBTQ storybook that came out called Jenny Lives with Eric and Martin. I'll give it a shout. You should read it. Oh, it is a story about Eric and Martin who have a daughter called Jenny. If you want it, pop by to the Queer Lit bookshop and go spend a penny. It were queer organisations back then that brought out this very, very fabulous tale. But today things are still not perfect as our government continues to fail. Hence why organisations like Proud to be Parents and Drag Queen Story Hour need to exist to help guide the way to power. It's time our LGBTQ stories are told, for generations to learn and unfold. Let's learn from the mistake. Let's put the lesson in school, because that's where we learn how to be better people and cool. This Manchester Pride, we will all walk with love by our side, spreading our message of peace and pride, that together we are stronger, that we're all a go-getter, that united we can make a change for the better. So, before we start our celebration of colour and line our streets with respect for each other, before the red, purple and brown, before the yellow, the green, the black, pink, orange and blue, remember that being fabulous requires a little bit of learning too. This story was brought to you by Queer Lit Bookstore, Manchester, Drag Queen Story Hour UK, Proud to be Parents, Manchester Pride, and, of course, myself, Ada HD, the Storytime Drag Queen. I'll see you all very, very soon, and happy Pride! Bye-bye!